TUCO Energy, pioneering a clean revolution in UK power. TUCO Energy has planning permission to build the Don Valley Power Project in South Yorkshire, which could form part of Europe's first full-chain carbon capture and storage project. TUCO Energy's founders have led a number of CCS projects around the globe and believe the Don Valley Project's unique combination of expertise and investment partners will become a blueprint for how CCS will be done not just in the UK but around the world.
I co-founded TUCO Energy in 2009, and the sole purpose of our company is to develop and build CCS projects. We employ people from the power industry, chemical industry and the oil and gas industry, which gives us a wealth of experience in developing CCS projects.
Coal currently accounts for around 30% of the country's electricity generation and is likely to remain an important part of the UK's energy mix for many decades to come. Finding cost-effective ways to clean up our fossil fuels using proven CCS technology will help provide large amounts of reliable power to the UK and will boost energy security at the same time as cutting carbon emissions. With a gross power output of 920 megawatts, the Don Valley Power Plant will convert more than 2 million tonnes of coal a year into enough low-carbon electricity to power 1 million UK homes, making it the largest and most advanced CCS project in the UK. From the outset, the power plant will capture around 90% of its CO2 emissions, nearly 5 million tonnes a year, preventing it from reaching the atmosphere and contributing to climate change. This is equivalent to taking 2 million cars off the road. The project's power plant will be built with Shell gasification technology, Linde capture technology and GE turbines. 2 air separation units will produce a stream of pure oxygen needed to gasify the coal. The gasification plant converts the coal into syngas, from which CO2 and hydrogen can be separated. The hydrogen-rich gas is used as fuel for power generation. Don Valley's low-carbon electricity will be delivered as base load power to the UK grid. The captured CO2 is compressed and prepared for transport via a national grid pipeline for commercial use and storage offshore.
We're taking a pipeline from Stainforth at the site of the Don Valley Project out to the coast near Barmston. It's about 90 kilometres onshore and about 300 kilometres offshore.
Arriving at the storage site in the central North Sea, the dense phase CO2 is injected into oil fields 3 kilometres below the seabed. At the same time as it is being stored, the CO2 will be used by the oil and gas industry as a valuable tool to flush out millions of barrels of oil, difficult to recover by other means. Using CO2 in this way is known as enhanced oil recovery, or EOR, and allows CO2 storage at zero cost, and is a game changer in making CCS affordable.
Oil fields are the best place to store carbon dioxide because we know what the original conditions were, we know the oil has been trapped there for millions of years, and we feel that carbon dioxide will be trapped there for a similar period of time. The carbon dioxide acts as a kind of super solvent. It's injected into the old wells, it mixes with the oil that's trapped in the reservoir and brings it back to the surface. On the surface, the carbon dioxide is separated from the oil, recompressed and injected back down into the ground. This cycle continues until the economic life of the project reaches its end, at which time all the carbon dioxide remains in the ground. Carbon dioxide has been used for the last 40 years in the United States to extract additional oil from depleted oil reservoirs. Today there are something like 3,000 kilometers of pipelines delivering natural carbon dioxide to depleted oil fields, and today about 300,000 barrels of oil per day is being produced, and that is some 6% of the total domestic US production. So we believe that the use of enhanced oil recovery in the North Sea could extend the life of the North Sea industry by at least another 20 years. In the North Sea, in the UK section of the North Sea in particular, I think we can get out somewhere between 3 billion and 8 billion additional barrels of oil a very significant target.
This game-changing model of CCS will encourage a cluster of additional CCS projects in the Yorkshire Humber region, driving further investment and creating a sustainable CCS industry.
Yorkshire represents just about 20% of the CO2 emissions in the UK, and capturing that CO2 in that cluster is absolutely essential if we're to reduce emissions of CO2 seriously in the UK. Samsung and BOC bring world-class construction capability to the project.
The Don Valley CCS project compelling business model makes it one of the best places in the world to commercialize CCS technology.
The UK is probably now the leading geography in terms of carbon capture and storage. Experience that we get from this example will enable us to take this across the Linde Group into every major global economy in which we operate.
Recognised as one of 2 leading CCS projects in Europe and top 10 in the world, Don Valley is on a sound investment footing, at an advanced stage of development, and offers unique advantages to the UK. It is the right place to develop the infrastructure that will support the whole CCS industry, and the project could lead to thousands of jobs as well as significant private sector investment.
The Don Valley CCS project will create and sustain thousands of jobs, onshore and offshore, in parts of the UK that need them most, like Yorkshire and Scotland.
I co-founded Tuco Energy because we believe that this technology has a great future here in the UK. The Don Valley CCS project is the best one in Europe to kickstart this type of technology.